A very good morning to all. Today we are moving on to a new chapter, chapter number 13, and the name of the chapter is The Sun and the Moon. So in this chapter, we'll be learning about the solar system, we'll be learning about the moon and phases of moon. So today, let's start with the solar system. So first of all, let me ask you, what comes to your mind when you think about solar system? The sun, then 8 planets, moon, etc. So what is solar system? The sun, its 8 planets, their moons and smaller objects form the solar system. So how many planets are there? There are 8 planets. So do you all know which are the 8 planets? Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So these are the 8 planets. So you all know the 8 planets. So what is a planet? Planet is a large round natural body that revolves around a star. So what is a planet? Planet is a large round natural body that revolves around a star. So sun is a star and these 8 planets revolve around the sun. So the sun, it's 8 planets. So you all know the 8 planets and their moons. So most of the planets have their own moons. So some planets have one moon. There are some planets that have many moons. So which is our planet? Our planet is Earth. We all live on planet Earth. Planet where the life exists. So Earth has one moon and this moon revolves around the Earth. So the sun, its 8 planets and their moons and smaller objects form the solar system. So have you heard about the planet Pluto? So Pluto is a dwarf planet because it is very away from the sun. It is a cold planet. It is far away from the sun. So that is about solar system. So we learnt that the planets revolve around the star and sun is a star. So let's discuss about the sun. So sun is a star and the sun produces light and heat all the time. So it is a ball of fire. It is a ball of fire which produces light and heat all the time. So in morning, can we see the sun? Yes, in the morning we can see the sun. The sun gives us light, right? So that is why it is very bright during the daytime. So what about by night? Is it bright? No, it is dark. So why it is dark at night? We cannot see the sun. Half of the earth is away from the sun. Half part of the earth is not receiving the light. The half part of the earth is not receiving the sunlight. So that part is dark. So we have night. So have you seen the night sky? What all things you can see in the night sky? You can see the moon, right? Then you can see many tiny spots. That is called the stars. You can see many stars twinkling. So why these stars are small in size? Why these stars look small? Because we are very away from these stars. So in the night sky, can we see the sun? No, we cannot see the sun. The sky is dark because the part of the earth is away from the sun. So sun is a star. It is a ball of fire which produces light and heat. Now let's discuss about the moon. So in the night sky, we can see the moon, right? So moon is the brightest object in the night sky. So moon is the brightest object in the night sky. So we know that the earth has one moon and this moon revolves around the earth. And it takes 29.5 days to complete one rotation It takes 29 and a half days to complete one movement around the earth. So how many days it takes? It takes 29 and a half days to complete one movement around the earth. Do you know the moon has its own light? No, the moon does not have its own light. So why it is called the brightest object in the night sky? So it is called as the brightest object in the night sky because the light from the sun falls on the moon and makes it bright. So moon doesn't have lights on its own. It doesn't produce light. The light from the sun falls on the moon and makes it bright. So that is why the moon appears bright in the night sky. That is why the moon appears bright in the night sky. Then, how this moon looks on different nights? Is the moon looks same every time? No. Right. It looks different on different nights. So in the moon, there are mountains and low-lying areas. So such low-lying areas, we call it as craters. So how this moon looks on different nights? The moon looks different on different nights. So do you know why moon look different on different nights? Have you ever thought why the moon look different on different nights? So if you have observed the night sky, you could have seen the moon looks different on different nights. So what is the reason? So we all know that the earth is always rotating and the earth has one moon and the moon revolves around the earth. So as it moves, what happens? It is changing its position. It keeps on changing its position. So on some nights, as you can see the girl here, on some nights we see the full bright side of the moon. On some nights, what do we see? On some nights, we see the full bright side of the moon. On some nights, we see the full bright side of the moon. During that time, the moon is behind the earth and the moon is lit by the sun. So on some nights, we see the full bright side of the moon. So that night, we can see a completely round moon. You can see the moon looks like a round shape. We can see the moon in round shape. On such night, the moon is completely round in shape and we call it as full moon. On some night, we cannot see the full bright side of the moon. We only see the half bright side of the moon. We only see the half bright side of the moon. So like this, the moon appears different on different nights. It does not change its shape. It appears different on different nights. So in detail, we'll learn about the phases of moon in the coming class. So I hope you all understood this topic that we have discussed. You can take page number 126. There is a box given. The moon does not have any atmosphere. This is why the moon is a quiet and soundless space. Sound needs a medium to travel. So sound needs a material medium to travel. On the earth, the medium is the atmosphere. That is the layer of air. The layer of air that surrounds the earth. We call it as atmosphere. Now you can take page number 28 in your textbook and there is an activity. You can try doing this activity. Then you will understand that the moon appears different on different nights. So moon does not change its shape, but it appears different on different nights. So I hope you are clear with this topic. We'll meet in the next class and discuss the rest of the topic and exercise. Till then, thank you.